Hello, so today I'd like to talk about All-Mother Frigga. So, All-Mother Frigga lives under the water in Fensulum, where she spins her distaff making the clouds, which basically makes her a goddess of the atmosphere, because, the clouds affect our atmosphere. It is said that she is the daughter of Jorth, the giantess, who is also the mother of Thor. And the other name for Jorth in the mythology, it says she is the daughter of Fjorgin, and the father is Forgin also, but the difference is Forgin spelled with one N is the feminine aspect of the earth. Forgin spelled with two N's on the end is the male aspect of the earth. So she is the daughter of the earth, as in the physical earth itself. Now, if you compare this to our myths here in Germany of Frau Holle, or as we call her in Lower Saxony, Frau Wode, as in Woden's wife, Frau Woden. So she lives in Frau Holle Teich, under the water. And Teich means like a deep pond. She lives in a deep pond under the water in Germany here. And she also, spins the clouds and all this type of thing, and is a goddess of the atmosphere. And in Low Saxon mythology, she is the daughter of Modogrun. And Modogrun is our equivalent for the Norse Jorth. So the physical earth itself. And then you look at, Frigga, it is very clear. She is the wife of our father Woden. And then Frau Hulda is also in Germany the wife of Woden. So, that is why we have names like Frau Wode and Frau Gode for her, which, mean the wife of Gode or the wife of Woden. It all depends basically on which tribe you were in and what area of Germany you're in for the name you would have. Because us Saxons at one point in time also called her Frigga. But, later on at other times it has to do with the timing of the name that we had, and it has to do with what part of the tribe you're from. Because even Saxony, like Old Saxony, became very large before we became Christianized. And that is because all the smaller tribes around us started joining us. We always understood we were all one Germanic folk. So, tribes would join other tribes and then go to other tribes. Obviously, there would be a ceremony and all this, and you would have to prove yourself worthy of joining a tribe. But, this is how some tribes came and went. And, like Longobardis, for instance, many Saxons joined the Longobardis and went and sacked Rome. But also in other periods of time, many Longobardis joined the Saxons. So, because we were basically neighbors for a period of time. And, with other tribes also this continued on. Like we have Eastphalians, Westphalians and all this, but we are all Saxons. So that is why we have so many names. So, some examples of the names. We got Frigg, we got Frigga, we got Frigga, and then these basically all come from the Sanskrit. Indo-European is the oldest record we have anyway, which is Priya. And all of these names mean the same thing. Beloved one. The love energy of the mother, the All-Mother. And then you look at Frau Holle's name. So there are many names for Frau Holle, which is just another, Frau Holle is Frigga, but the names that, we got Frau Holle, we got Frau Hulda, Frau Gode, Frau Wode, Frau Frigg, Frau Frigge, Frau Herke, Frau Harke, Hludana, Frau Becht, Frau Pecht, many different names. But, the two more popular ones, Frau Holle or Frau Hulda, they mean like the hidden one, right? And she lives under the water. She is hidden. And then if you look at All-Mother Frigga, she is, her name means beloved one, your heart, your love energy. And where is your heart? It is hidden within you. It is hidden within your chest, your rib cage. And in mythology, the spinal column with the rib cage normally represents tree, like the tree of life, because you've got your spinal column and then you got all the branches of the tree of life, which are your rib cage, and that surrounds your heart. So it is hidden in the forest. And Frau Holle's teich, or teich, depending on what dialect you're using, her pond, I'll use the English term, her pond is in the forest, and it is up in the mountains. And so it's like, that's what the representation is. But her teich actually is up in the mountains and in the forest. Frau Holle's teich is between two mountain peaks, 620 meters high. Like, it's up high. And it is said to be very deep also. Very deep. I don't know, I've never actually looked up how deep it is, but I've always heard that it is, ridiculously deep for a pond. And it makes sense because it is up in the mountains, so, and it's really high up in the mountains, so it probably is very deep. And they find in this pond, from the year 81 AD, Roman coins that were offered as sacrifices to Frau Holle. So the thing is, it's been almost 2,000 years since then, and they're finding offerings, archaeological evidence that people for 2,000 years have been going to this pond, which is said to be the home of Frau Holle or Frigga, and they go there for 2,000 years for certain, offering sacrifices, because the Germanic tribes would war with the Romans, take their gold and stuff, and we didn't really care much for gold for a long time, so but it was a pretty thing. We'd offer silver, we'd offer gold, things that we'd do, we'd offer them to the gods as sacrifices or spoils of war and battle, things like that. So for 2,000 years for certain, we've been going to this a pond up in the mountains, the home of Frau Holle or Frigga, because they both live underwater, Finsulum. So that is pretty interesting. And then if you think about Helle, Helle's name and Holle's name are very interesting because they're similar. And an interesting thing is Helle is the goddess of the underworld. Helle actually is the underworld. I say Hellea because that is the Saxon way of saying her name. I know the Norse say it Hell, but that is, I'm not Norse, I'm a Saxon, so I say Hellea. But it's all got to do with language. I know lots of people say, oh, it's not right to say Hellea, it's Hell, but that's only if you're a Norseman. And I am not, I am a Saxon. I guess we did come from the north, but I like my Saxon dialect. So Hellea is what we call her, and Hellea is actually the name of Helheim. Hell is the place itself. She is like a mirror. When you die and you go to Helheim, you see Helle. She surrounds you, and she is basically a big mirror, and as she is a big mirror, she reflects to you your life that you've lived, and the lessons you have learned, and the lessons that you wanted to learn that you did not learn, and things you wanted to experience and accomplish that you did not experience and accomplish. And then you can plan your next life, and basically she will sit there with you, and no matter what you feel, if you are angry with yourself and you want to punish yourself, she will surround you, and she will just, without judgment, allow you to punish yourself and do whatever you need to do until you are ready to go back and be reborn. Now, if you feel good about yourself, then you're excited about the next life and what you want to learn, then she will also be there, and she'll allow you to create a very positive experience for yourself. It's 100% up to your soul. Nothing punishes you. Only you punish yourself. Only you judge yourself. Helle will never judge you. None of the gods will judge you. So that is about Helheim, and it is the underworld. And, that is a connection also, because it is underneath in the earth, like these deep ponds where Frigga and Frau Holle, they're the same. I'm just using both names, but where they live under the water in the deepness of the ponds. And, another thing is Frau Holle, they say, all children before they are born are Frau Holle's sheep, and she cares and loves them and takes care for them before they are born. And that is very interesting, because before you are born, Helle is surrounding you, reflecting to you, and, she loves you and cares about you and wants you to be ready to go back and learn what you want to learn, experience what you want to experience. So you are with Helle before you are reborn. But we also have the mythology that you are with Frau Holle before you are born. And then when you are with Frau Holle before you are born, you are, her sheep, she takes care of you, right? And then you are born. So that is another interesting connection, I find. And yeah, so that's just a little bit. And then Frigga also has a connection, because we know Frigga goes and asks Helle, will you please let Balder come back? Because when Balder dies, that is the symbol in the Norse mythology of the soul dying. Because you die and you go to Helle and then you reincarnate. That is the symbolism of Balder dying. And, Frigga is the Allmother, so she loves you and cares about you, and she weeps for Balder, and she asks Helle to release Balder. But, she doesn't. Well, she gives her a chance, but it doesn't work out because of the giant named Gratitude, who will not weep for Balder. And Gratitude will not weep for the soul because he appreciated the soul, where the other gods did not. They were just throwing weapons at him and using him as basically, like a dartboard, you know what I mean? Something to party with. They lost their respect for the soul. And then Loki could not stand that, so he had Balder die to teach them a lesson. But also in the mythology, the symbolism is that it lets us know that we go to Helheim. And then we reflect and come back, because at Ragnarok, who comes back? Balder comes back, and the Ragnarok is a symbol of reincarnation. So I just thought I'd share a little bit about our mother Frigga, her connection to Frau Holle, or as we call her, Frau Wode and Frau Gode, and of course the connection with Helle also. Tschüss.